Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's card making video, we're going to mass produce some Christmas cards with hot foiling. Now, hot foiling can often take a lot of time, but we're going to streamline things. We're going to do some assembly line, and we're starting with a super cute hot foil plate from Trinity Stamps. This is the Ornament Trio Cut and Foil set. There is a die that cuts out the entire hot foiled image, which is these pine branches with 3 dangling ornaments. There's also 3 dies you can use to add to the ornaments or cut a opening into the ornaments, which gives you lots of options. But today we're going to keep it fairly simple and yet super pretty. I like to mass produce my cards by starting out with my idea ready to go and then start mass producing. So that's what I did. I'm going to go ahead and heat up my hot foil system, and then I'm going to get the paper ready. I already know what size my paper needs to be, so I can just cut it up really fast. I'm going to make 5 cards in today's video, but you could easily take this up a notch, make 10, 20, 25, however many you need. So I cut this to 11 inches by 4 1/4, and then I'll score each of them at 5 1/2 to create my A2 size card base. And then I will have those ready to go, and I don't have to think about it at all later. Next, I am going to do the card fronts. So I have some smooth white cardstock. I'm cutting it to 5 1/2 inches by 4 inches, and I can easily stack 2 sheets and cut these at once, which is really nice. So again, 5 1/2 by 4. Next, I need to cut my foil. So I'm bringing out my quick trimmer. I find when mass producing cards, having the right tools makes things go even faster. So I love my quick trimmer here. I can use my plate as a guide to know how big I need to cut my foil. And then I can go ahead and repeat that and cut the other pieces, already knowing what size I need to cut it. So I am doing that with this help of the quick trimmer, and it has that nice grid cutting tool that goes on top of this self-healing mat, and it has a blade specific for foil, but you can also cut paper with this. There is a paper blade as well. So now I have all my foil ready to go. This is polished brass foil, by the way. I just picked a foil that I knew I had a lot of and that would go good with the colors I wanted to use. So I've taped my plate to my hot foil, which is face up on my white cardstock, and then the plate obviously goes face down. I flipped it over and put it onto my preheated Glimmer hot foil system, added my spacer plates, pressed the timer, and when that goes off about after a minute, I remove the dock by using my thumbs to hold it steady and pulling it back towards me. That entire dock runs through my die cut machine, and that's going to press that hot plate onto my paper and transfer the foil in the pattern of the plate. Then I removed it with my magnetic tool, which does come with the Glimmer hot foil system, and then I can use the tape to help me remove my hot plate. And there's my Glimmer hot foiled beautiful design. Now I'm going to do all the hot foiling at once while the machine is out. It's taking up space on my desk, so I want to do it all. Now this one, my foil was a little bit short, so I just moved the pine branches up to the top, and I was able to still use this piece of foil and not have to cut a new one. So some of your plates that are large like this, you can do that with. While it's heating up for my next piece, I went ahead and used my scoring tool to press my seam shut so my card is nice and creased, and then I have those ready to go. So I just continue foiling, and sometimes this happens right here where you get some over foiling that you don't want. You can use a sanding eraser to remove those little bits, and you just have to maybe go over it a couple times, but it will remove it. And we're covering ours up with paper, so it didn't really matter if I erased it or not. So there's my 5 panels ready to go, and I am going to do some very simple ink blending on this. So when mass producing cards, you want to do some cool techniques, but you want to keep it kind of simple, which is why I picked a hot foil plate that covers most of my card. And then my ink blending is one color, and I'm just going from dark to light. And it's like I drew a line diagonally down my card, and I'm only blending the top right part of that diagonal panel, just blending it over the line so it blends to white. And the ink I'm using is Pine Needles by Tim Holtz in Distress ink, and it is so pretty. It has a little bit of a teal color to it. Oh, I love it. And as before, I can just easily pull out the next panel and go ahead and ink blend that one, bring out the next one, and just keep going till they're all done. So it's very quick and easy. So there's all 5 of the panels. Next, we're going to add the embellishments to the ornaments. This is just a scrap of paper I used when making an inky background one time, and I used the scrap to pick up the excess ink off of my glass mat here. So I saved that, and it was the perfect thing to die cut these circles and fill in my ornaments. So I just die cut all 5 of them. I put them in stacks so I didn't have to search for where's the tiniest one, where's the medium one. In stacks, it allows me to easily go in and glue those right where they need to be very quickly. And again, I'm using my pickup tool, and that just, I don't know, it's just a tiny bit of a time saver to be able to grab it so easily. Also, using liquid glue allows me to move these if they're not quite centered, and I love that. So there they are, ready to go. They're ready for their sentiment. I'm using the Christmas Magic stamp set. I had to show it to you. It's a Slimline stamp set that has this Santa going across the sky. Oh, it's so cool. I'll link it for you below because I think it's a really fun set. All right, I am using Uncharted Mariner to stamp Joy to the World on the bottom. I thought it was the perfect match for these cards because my ornaments kind of look like little planets, little, I don't know, kind of like the earth, but I loved the colors here, the blue and the green. And so adding the blue ink, I think, really helped the bits of blue in the ornaments pop out. Also, again, using the Misty is a great tool for being able to quickly stamp those, and I love to be able to restamp them if they're really light. So next I am adding my card fronts to their bases. You can see they're already creased, folded in half, ready to go, and so it's very quick work. And again, using the liquid glue allows me to scoot that because I need it to be flush with the top and flush with the bottom. So there is a tiny bit of precision that needs to happen there, and the glue allows me to just move that around and get it exactly where I want it. So there we go. You can see how fast this goes, and even bumping this up to 10 to 15 cards, it's not going to take you too long when you have everything ready to go. Next, we have embellishments. These are scuba dive confetti bits, which doesn't really make sense for a Christmas card, but they are light green, blue, and kind of a silvery color, or just a more clear. So I thought they would go really well with these ornaments and the colors on this card. So I went ahead and added those. Plus they're very thin and lightweight, which means I'm not going to have to add extra postage when mailing out these Christmas cards. Now, some cards you want to be over the top and super special for certain people. Maybe you create something that's specific to someone, and then sometimes you want more simple cards, and maybe you just have a lot you want to send out, and that's where these really come into play. So there's all 6 of my cards because remember, I planned my card and then I started mass producing. Next, I'm going to add my handmade stamp to the back, and then people will know. I mean, I think when you look at a card, you kind of know, but it's cool to have that on the back if you have one of those stamps. It's nice to add. And then I just need to write on the inside, put them in envelopes, do the postage, make sure they get in the mailbox, you know, but half the work is done. So I thank you so much for stopping by. If you love these how to mass produce Christmas card videos, I'm going to have a couple more for you. So let me know what you think with a thumbs up. And of course, I love chatting with you in the comments below. So I will see you there and be back again very soon with another video just for you. Happy stamping. Bye.